Hello and good evening. So here we are back again with our little mapping project. Just to remember how it is supposed to look later. So we have a band playing, we have a stage, we have 6 banners in the background with gaps in between. We have 2 projectors in the front which project onto the 6 banners, either so that each banner has the same content or that we have um, separated it so that in that case, for instance, the leftmost and rightmost banner shows the logo and there is some other content in the center. This is what we're going to do with AI. This is how it looks right now at the moment. I showed you how we can set up the um, panels and how we can merge them into one instrument, one screen fixture, and um, how to position the projectors. Okay, so now the next thing is, if you remember, we can change the setup here. Right now this is 6 banners total. We can change it to 6 banners each one showing the same content, but this is what we prefer. But of course, sometimes it makes sense. You see, now I have swapped it here. My changes were reversed, which we did in the mapping editor because I forgot to save. So I'll quickly go back to the mapping editor, go here, because what you see in the external screen, you see our left projector also shows one part of a panel which is supposed to be played by the right projector and vice versa. So we have to change this a little bit. So we go to our main screen, to the mapping editor. We enable edit mesh, have the left projector selected, and here this is the part which we want to move outside so that the left projector doesn't see it anymore. Just press the left arrow, little check in the total. Yes, you see it here. Here you see that the left projector doesn't show the part of the right projector anymore. And now we do the same thing on the right projector. So I click on right projector and we have already selected the correct part here, and we have to push it to the left. And you see in our control monitors that it does exactly what it's supposed to do. Don't forget to turn off edit mesh and save it. Project saved. Okay, so now let's proceed. We go to the stage construction page again and we insert a new screen. Here's our screen. We change its position to, say, 15 in X position, and the only other thing we have to change is canvas resolution. Again is 1920 and 1080. Okay, this is what I have done in the main screen. Now let's scroll out a little bit. I do this with my mouse scroll wheel, and now we hit Alt in order to pan something, and this is our screen here, which is at the moment just one by one. But what we can do right now is we open an Explorer window, go to Models, because you remember from the first part we have already created the model we need, which is 6 banners each. So, and what I do right now is just drag and drop it onto the screen fixture. 6 banners each, and here we go. You already see it, that it did exactly what I expected it to do. Yeah, I just close it here. Okay, pan a little bit more. Yeah, this is our second screen fixture. You know, this is the real stage, and this is just something off stage, but we will use it. So, and finally we need a projector, because all the mapping is finally done in the projector instrument. Currently the projector always starts at 0, 0, 0. We have to change it. X position 15, because this is where we move the center of our new screen fixture. Y position is okay. Z position is, say, 10 meters away. And finally, aspect ratio is 16:9. And lens ratio is 1. You see, it perfectly matches the width of our screens, because I knew it is 10 meter wide, it is 10 meter away. So if I then use a lens ratio of 1, it matches exactly. Okay, so this is something like virtual projector. That's why we call it just the virtual projector. Okay, and this one here we can call it the background, virtual background. Here we can easily see what it is. So we could also go here and call this live stage if you want. So live stage. Okay, it's always easier, in particular when you have multiple instruments, that they have proper names and labels. Okay, here we already see what's going on there, but now we have to bring it into our area here. What we do there is go to the stage patch again. Open stage patch. We have to enlarge it here because our additional instruments are in there. Next thing is, in order to see what is going on there, we insert another window. We can just copy and paste this one here. Ctrl Z, Ctrl V. Put it here and wire it here. Okay. So have a look at our external display. Yeah, and you see top left that we have another window which came exactly in the same size and position where the previous was, and I can just move it over there because I copied it. Yeah, so here we go. This is our virtual projector, or virtual background, however you want to call it. So again, I go to the main screen in the stage patch. I just double click here in the, I need to click exactly there. Here we go. And we call this, again, virtual background. So now our windows have the correct label. Have a look. You can read it over there. Here, there's something. The top left is still the window. Of course, we changed this as well. It is here. We call it total, because it's a total view of the live stage. Have a look at our preview monitor. Yeah, this is how it makes sense. We have the total window, we have the virtual background, we have the left projector, and we have the right projector. Okay, back to our main window. Double click on AI in order to save it. Saving, project saved. And now the only thing we need is to bring this somehow into our live stage. So what we do is in stage patch, we right click somewhere and insert an empty patch. Here we go. Just a gray rectangle. Double click, a big gray rectangle, and the major thing what we need to insert is from the section GL, from the section import, we need a render reference. So this is essentially a link to some render point somewhere in the patch. Again, we can use a window. Right click, insert module, GL, window. This time I don't need to care for the name because this is only temporarily. I wire it there. And then we have a white input port. For this we need just a text field because it needs to know where to find the port this is going to link to. Yeah, and right now this is the entire thing is the user interface, UI. Inside the UI lives the stage patch. Yeah, and then we can connect it just here to our fixture 5. So let's try if it works. Insert module, text. Now we need a notepad. Put it there. Make it a little bit larger. Move the port. Right click and click and press Control for this. Now we need to go very close to the border of the black text area. Again, press Control and move the mouse. Here we go. Now we can connect this text input, and now we have to type something in there, which is /UI /stage patch, exactly like this. Then /fixture 5. Fixture _ 5. Enter. Have a look again. UI, stage patch, fixture 5, which is this projector. Have a look. Hey, this looks great. This shows exactly what this projector does here. Yeah, but this is only half the truth, because we want to use this in our performance page. So we need a couple more modules. So just follow instructions. Insert module GL, then clear, because we have to get rid of some information we don't need here. So connect this there. Next thing is, because we need a texture, which is a green port, not a yellow port, but a green port, we insert another module, which is GL and render to texture. Here we go. And this converts from a yellow port, renders this into a green texture port. We also need to make sure that we have our full HD resolution. And now we insert another thing, which is the patch IO. And simply drag and drop the green port there. Here we go. This needs to be saved somewhere. Go to File, Save As, and we save it as into the patch folder, and we call it ref fix 5. So we have a patch, that's why it's an SCB file, and we call it reference to fixture number 5. Save it. Don't need it here anymore. And now we can do as follows. We go to our performance page. Here we go. Now we open from the view menu the inspector. Not the inspector, sorry for that. My fault. We need the browser. The browser shows just the standard system folders like patches, models, and so on. So we have, depends on how you have it, patches, media, modules, and models. And what we need, that's why it was already open, because I use it very frequently. So we scroll down and we find our ref fix 5 somewhere. Don't know why. Hello, where is it? Let's have a look. Open the Explorer, this is another way. Go to patches. And here is our ref fix 5. Drag and drop this onto our media tiles. Now let's have a look. Select the first one. Yeah, this is our foreground. Just cross check. Yeah, this works. This is our foreground. And now let's see what happens if I trigger this one. And you see immediately it shows exactly, almost exactly, what we have on our external thing. So that's why this is what I wanted to show you. You can play with both setups. So either you have everything as one big total, so like this. So you see just one image in there. Or you can change this so that you have in the background, you have our essentially the link, the reference from our virtual panel. So that's why you can go there and can play with it. So this appears on every of the banners. And yeah, this is what is linked to the main thing. And of course I can change this, and let's put this in there and fade it in. Here we go. And this is our total view. So right now we have a very easy solution to mix between both setups. And the next part is going to do everything in a rush, so without much explanation, but just doing it step by step. One last thing I wanted to show is we open our media folders. which is this here, see media AI content library. Go to an empty bank here, and let's use whichever you want. Go to LDF, use all, copy it into the media bank, and now you can play with it. Right now we have the live stage, and we can fade it in there. So right now it is just there. At the moment I change it so that you can see the difference. So again, in our control screens, top left is total, bottom left is the left projector, bottom right is the right projector, and top right is our virtual background. And of course you can change the background as well and put something like this there. And of course you can now go to our main area and fade it over. Yeah, so this is a very beautiful idea about how to play with everything there. There are some little caveats, like for instance, if you right click there, you might consider to change the size here if you want to. And yeah, you could even make sure that this is locked to this fixture, and so on and so on. So there are many things you could think about, but at the moment just bear this in mind. There are many ways, many things you can do with the stage patch, and it looks very neat. And yeah, this is what I wanted to show.